It is about time to quit crypto, and that's what a lot of people are gonna say right now on Twitter, on social media in general. And quite frankly, those who want to quit crypto right now immediately and just give up and be done with it, I cannot blame you. I do understand the pain and the frustration that you're going through right now, especially if you look at the price action of really any asset out there. Ethereum broke a very important support. Then if you look at Solana, it looks like a shitcoin, but I warned you guys about Solana, and we didn't even get to the unlocks that are going to be happening in March, which is going to be one of the biggest unlock events for Solana ever. And with this selling pressure already, I mean, the easy price target could be in the vicinity of $100, $120, etc. So I'm not touching Solana with a 10-foot pole. I still didn't sell any of my Solana that I've been holding, just a small portion, small amount, but nonetheless. Let me, before you quit, before you decide, you're looking at this, you're saying, holy shit, it's so painful, it's so expensive, where's the bull run? Watch this video from the beginning and until the end. I'm going to show you my trades that I'm still holding. I'm going to give you the reasons why this dump happened again and why there is one dump after another one and after another one. And it all ties into one thing and one thing only, and this is the fear that has been all over the place, and it might just be coming to fruition after all. So let's just jump straight into this, and I'm going to also show you my trades, and then you can decide if you want to quit crypto for good, and maybe it's actually going to be a good decision, I don't know. But let me show you what I found. One of the main reasons why we actually had this down move from even like 2,850 all the way down to 2,300 per Ethereum. And I was like, okay, are we having another Armageddon? Is there some Black Swan event somewhere? Is there a war? Is there something huge? And the answer was no. It was a simple liquidation event. It's simply someone selling. It is simply just dumping. But certainly one of the catalysts was probably this right here. So quite a few states in the United States that actually were introducing strategic Bitcoin reserve bills actually failed, despite Trump's pledges. And it was, a huge fear for Bitcoin that if there is now no strategic Bitcoin reserve in the US, it's going to really be a shit show and it's not going to really grow as fast as we wanted. And even now with all of these purchases from Michael Saylor and Strategy and stuff, it still is at 80-something thousand. So what it's going to take for it to go to 200,000. So we really wanted to see one of the things was strategic Bitcoin reserve. And I think it's going to happen, but certainly there is a little bit of FUD right now, which is causing Bitcoin to go down. And I mean, if you look at Bitcoin on a long enough time frame, I mean, it looks actually just fine. It looks beautiful. And to be honest, comment down below if you actually are just as happy as me that you've been holding more than 50% of your crypto holding in Bitcoin. Because my Bitcoin holding, average entry price is 27,000. I'm happy about it. Everything else, not so fantastic, just being honest. So, but it is what it is. That's why the biggest holding has to be something that is the least volatile, which in this case is Bitcoin. I mean, it looks painful, and there is some volume to the downside. There is a lot of liquidations, but overall it looks fine. So the problem really lies not in Bitcoin. The problem lies in altcoins, Ethereum, Solana, Shmalana, and everything else that, quite frankly, it's very different from the previous cycles that we had and the expectations we've had, and really all the dominance charts and the total two charts and look at DXY. DXY is plummeting, which is fantastic. And it's supposed to be helping crypto, but it's not. If we look at Trump coin, which is literally turned honestly into a shit coin, all the way down to $12 at this point already. So, and what we've been waiting for is currently failing in the US. And it looks painful. And to add insult to injury, we had this right now, which is one of the biggest fears, which I think is also driving this drawdown, whatever you want to call it, that the consumer confidence, it has seen the biggest drop since 2021. So expectations below recession warning threshold. So, and it's got to do with Trump tariffs that he's imposing, and also the Department of Government Efficiency job cuts and everything they're doing, Elon Musk, and that's why there is so much hate against him, and inflation in general. A lot of people are speculating that what Trump and Elon Musk are doing is going to be maybe good long-term, but short-term it can create a recession, and for us to see this bubble burst. So, and this could be one of the reasons why we've seen this ongoing liquidation events, is just because there is no appetite for risk in the market right now, and everything high risk, and crypto is still going to be the high risk industry, is going to be dumping. So therefore, it's not a great outlook in general. However, before you scream at me in the comments, let me give you all the details, negatives, positives, and then my conclusion. So that's why please always watch my videos from the beginning and until the end. Here is some good piece of news, and that is about ByBit. So ByBit has already closed their ETH gap after the $1.4 billion hack, which is, oh my God, that's why Evadex, I think, and platforms like Evadex are kind of a future, because they don't custody anybody's assets. There is no hot or cold wallets. It's decentralized, and it's the same user experience as ByBit, for example. But ByBit is still a great exchange. I love them. I still trade on them, and my trades are currently on ByBit, so I'll show those to you. But it's a sad situation, and I feel for them, but at least they filled in their ETH gap, and it's looking like they're absolutely solvent. It's fine. There is no more FUD. They have enough money, and to be honest, as I said before, it's a bad situation, but overall they're safe, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen again after this bullshit. So ByBit is absolutely safe and sound. So if you've been worried about it, again, not financial advice, but if I were you, I could just relax and breathe out. So the biggest hack in the history of crypto didn't really crash us too much, which is a good news. Then the second good news is what really makes me conclude what I'm about to discuss and what I'm about to conclude in this video. But overall, if you just look at this chart right here, this is basically the comparison between the M2 money supply, or just global liquidity, so money flowing into the market. You will see this is this line right here, and it's going up. And usually, Bitcoin price is lagging at least 3 months behind the global liquidity supply and M2 money supply. So according to some analysts, right now we're supposed to see finally a rally and a big bounce in Bitcoin just because of money supply, and possibly Trump actually introducing a quantitative easing, because he's going to see the labor market shift and actually weaken. So we need something like this. But overall, if you look at M2 money supply, it's about time we need to see another leg up in Bitcoin. So, and then certainly the liquidity will flow into everything else and will kind of save the situation. But this time horizon can be going deep into March. So it might take another 3-4 weeks to start actually finally showing this correlation with the M2 money supply for Bitcoin, which again, as I've said, was lagging by 3 months behind. So another good news is that Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump, comes out and says, buy the dips. So he keeps shilling crypto, which again, I mean, would they want to discredit themselves that much? I mean, the last time he spoke about Ethereum, it went from 2,600 down to 2,300, which just happened. So yeah, but at least, they are not backing down and they're pushing it hard. And overall, if you pay attention to these smallest details that are happening right now, it's going to paint a very good picture. And the very good picture is as follows. So let me conclude here. Let me explain exactly what my conclusion is from everything I've just mentioned. First of all, here are my trades. My trades are basically the same stuff. So I'm still holding ETH, just a tiny bit less. I rebalanced a little bit of it here. Ladies, which is a short trade actually, which is just tiny. Then Jupiter, which is kind of underwater. Auction, which is actually doing fine for now. LDO and Pepe, which is not doing fine at all. But nonetheless, overall, it's not too bad. So I'm down like another 100 Gs. But in comparison to so many people who got liquidated, which, guys, I feel for you, be careful with leverage. So I'm keeping these. Now, I didn't add anything yet, but if you pay attention to the chart here, you will see that there is an order for me to add to my Ethereum position at 2,300 and then at 2,200-ish. So, and this will add another $500,000 to my Ethereum position. And also when it comes to Lido, I have also an open order for LDO, which is, again, it's absolutely huge. And right now, SEC actually recognized one of their requests for SEC to introduce staking into the Ethereum ETF. I think it was from Grayscale. So anyway, once it happens, LDO can still do 5-10x. So my conclusion here is that I'm keeping my trades as they are. If Ethereum goes lower, which it looks like it might go lower, if we look just at technicals, Bitcoin is in price discovery. I think that there is a big CME gap somewhere in the vicinity of 80,000 to 82,000. So still kind of maybe a level to watch out for. When it comes to Ethereum, still holding in this very important zone. So hopefully we're not going to go below this green area, which to be honest is going to be just too painful to even look at. But overall, there is a lot of negativity. My conclusion is there is a lot of negativity. There is a lot of crap that is happening. Certainly there is this ByBit bullshit that actually finally kind of blew over, and thankfully. And we can, again, you can breathe out. And if you want to trade on ByBit with up to $30,000 initial deposit bonuses, then you can use my link down in the description of this video as well as in the pinned comment. And I mean, if they survived the $1.5 billion hack and they're solvent and they're fine, they didn't even freeze withdrawals, they're strong, they're powerful, they're rich, and they can be trusted. So anyway, and you can also claim up to 42% discount on trading fees if you use my link to sign up with ByBit, and you can always create a new account using a different form of identification, such as a driver's license. So my conclusion here, just had to do a quick show in support of ByBit after everything that happened, so they did a good job. For me, these trades here, if you look at overall the situation and the reaction of altcoins to even the slightest correction in Bitcoin, is painful to see. And quite frankly, it's not getting better with time, and everything in terms of the cycle has absolutely changed. So the whole experience right now is very different from what it was before, and I think that only craziest degens will be left in this market. And I'm one of those degens. So again, these positions here that I just showed you, they are very small in comparison to my spot holding of Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. Because I'm currently very careful with futures, even though it's like $1 million in futures here. I'm very careful with it. It's very tiny in comparison to my holding. So my spot, I will not sell. If we go into the bear market from here, and this is the beginning of a huge recession, US tariffs just turn to shit, and Trump just doesn't pull it out, and we just don't get into quantitative easing fast enough, so be it. But guys, I want you at this point to think about your families, about your responsibilities, and certainly I want you to mind your leverage and don't do any degen stuff, because right now it might be appealing, but there is something wrong in the market and we are in need of change of trajectory and narrative and sentiment. And that can only happen if we're gonna see something huge from Trump, from the administration, and from a huge global change like quantitative easing. And until it happens, I will keep you posted. It's going to probably be a very turbulent time. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, mind your leverage. But for me, honestly, before I've said, if Ethereum drops lower, I'll sell it, fuck this, fuck that. At the end of the day, it's painful. It's not great. The only thing that is saving us is Bitcoin, which is still fine and we're happy about it. But overall, if you decide to leave now, it's up to you. I will not leave. I decided that I will stay in this till the end. Diamond hands. See you next video.